This will be lunch today, by the way.
You sure you want to do that?
You know, man, I'm really taking a risk, but
With
we're gonna
nothing
find
else?
out. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, you know what? That was the best of my options. Was either that or what else was that? Doritos, and I was like, I'll go with that one. Not a big Dorito guy over here, man. I'm not really that big into the Doritos.
I don't really eat a lot of Doritos.
Yeah, no, it's it's
Yeah.
it's either, and I was just kind of like, well, that maybe I'll sweat it out. I don't know what's the deal. We'll figure it out.
I just always, whenever I see one of those odd flavored chips, I always got to grab the bag.
Yeah,
Like
that
the
that
other day, I had some biscuits and gravy potato chips.
were those good?
No,
Yeah, okay.
it did
Well,
not taste like biscuits and gravy.
okay, you just saved me like two whatever how much chips are. Man, remember when these used to cost like $1.50
I
or
remember
like
they were
that?
like 75 cents.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, no, it's like almost you're close to almost $3 for this bag. So,
Yeah. And when you pop that thing, it's almost, 2/3 air. There's like four
oh,
chips in there.
oh yeah, man. No, yeah. Good marketing, yeah. No, it's whatever. Welcome to Z
2.1
Comic Week.
ounces of air.
I know. It's like, come on, what am I gonna get? I'm gonna get full off of smells. There you go. Oh, that's gonna get me through the day. Welcome everybody to Z Comic Weekly. We get ready to nerd out for the next half hour, and there is a lot to get to. Happy belated Thanksgiving and holiday seasons to you, Krampus.
Feliz
And
Navidad.
Feliz. I see what you did there. Oh man, I was telling Troy for some reason because you had it queued. You had it queued perfectly, by the way. As soon as we get logged on, Mariah Carey, and I thought it was me. And I was just like, "Do I got Mariah Carey going on? What's happening?"
Do
No,
I
it
have
was
an inner
Troy.
monologue?
I really did. I swear to you, I was like, my first thought, by the way, guys, I'm in the Hot 103 studios, as you could tell. But my first thought was like, is that what's playing on the radio right now? And then two, and I'm like, wait, I'm not in the Christmas station. I'm like, what's going on? I like look, and then it's Troy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mentioned the song that I've been hearing most this holiday season has been Feliz Navidad. Like, I don't know. Like that one is like that's a big one this year for some reason.
Yeah, I know last year the employees had this big thing going. They were trying to avoid hearing Last Christmas until after
Uh-huh.
the holiday. So I sent it to them in emails and tweets, and I would come in playing it on the phone.
I
We're going to
mean,
end that
hey,
nonsense right now.
so of course, our sister station, Cool Oldies, it goes Christmas, right? And the first song to launch is always all I want for Christmas is you. And that's when we get our very first taste. But yeah, Mariah Carey, I mean, yes, we know it's out there, but it hasn't been in the past. But you're right. Like I have heard a lot of Last Christmas more now that you think about it. I've heard it quite a few times.
We need to hear the Grinch song. They need to play that a lot more.
Yeah, that one needs to. Yeah, that one. That's a good one. That one,
You're a
Grinch
mean
one.
woman.
Mr. Grinch. Oh man. So how was the holidays? How was the nice little Black Friday and Small Business Saturday and everything going on with you guys down at Zia Comics?
It did pretty well, both locations. I know they said a lot of the big box stores took a hit,
Yeah.
but it seems like those people are supporting mom and pop local stuff, which thank you,
Yeah.
because it does help. 'Cause I know they said they were showing pictures of people sitting in Walmart twiddling their thumbs because they didn't have the big rush they thought they were going to have.
Nothing like seeing those videos from it's like you've seen these TikToks where they're like what it was like in 2009, people rushing into a Best Buy, and then next thing you know, they're all 2023 is one guy walking through. When you're like, wow, like it just things have changed, man.
Yeah, online. I think they said online sales went up like 10 to 15% on Black Friday. People are their Black Friday, so they're starting them a week ahead of time to start with,
Yeah.
and there's really nothing special about the Black Friday sales anymore. So people aren't hurting themselves to get out.
I and call me crazy, and I think this has been an observation, and this has been something I've had for the last couple of years. I think people are looking for more of the unique item than the typical, "I'm gonna go to this store and get this," because the way I kinda see and I guess this is just my thoughts, right? This is the opinions of this is Joey solely only and no one else's. Um, but no, I think people are looking like, if I'm gonna get a gift for someone so say I'm gonna get a gift for Martine. I'm gonna get something that's unique from something that over the year that maybe him and I had talked about, and it's, like, something unique that you're not just gonna go pick up at a store. You're probably gonna go to one of the shops downtown. You're gonna go to one of the, local businesses in town because it's probably something that we talked about while we were hanging out, and I think that's what people are doing nowadays.
Yeah, that and there people just aren't making the same type of money, but people
Yeah,
are things are getting tight. Everything costs so much more.
yeah.
So they're spending their money more wise. Well, I shouldn't say more wisely because I'm still buying crap I don't need. So
Oh, man. Look at me. This is
well, yeah,
lunch.
that's sustenance.
Yeah, that's true. That's survival at that point, but $3? Come on, man. Like
Yeah, that I like the I go and get the off-brand stuff too
yeah.
sometimes just to check it out. Especially down here near the border, you get some of the Mexican brand stuff,
Yeah.
like the Bimbo. If you're not from the border, Bimbo, yes, it is a brand.
Yeah, it does, right? There's someone's like, "Did you just call Joey a bimbo?"
Yeah, I went and bought
Yeah.
some Bimbo.
Yeah, no, it's a bimbo. They were very good, tasty. They were very tasty, fresh bimbo. Yeah, it was a fresh bimbo. I put mayonnaise all over that bimbo and made a sandwich.
Ooh, we're getting into that. This is a family show. We're getting into that.
I know it really is. It's also bread, guys, okay? Oh, man, but no, it's cool, man, to see people especially go out to the, downtown and just, showing some love, and, like I said, man, this is the season. This is nerd season right here, man. You go find something cool for someone right now.
Oh yeah, and there's so much cool stuff. Even if you just get some, a collectible. Um, Nostalgia is always big. So if you can find
Yeah.
something from back in the day, that always goes over well.
Yeah. You mentioned, you said nostalgia, and can we say that 2023 has definitely been the year of nostalgia? Because a lot of these things that have been coming out this year or mentioned, it has played into our nostalgia from anything. I mean, I'm just thinking about, and I'm just off the top of my head, just thinking some of the stuff that's come out. Power Rangers, obviously that nostalgia that happened this year. It's
Barbie.
obviously, and I see, yeah, see, there's a lot of that that's coming up, and so nostalgia has really been a key factor, I think, going forward. That I think now that us, 90s kids, 80s and 90s kids, now that we're older, we have adult money to buy the things we didn't buy I get as a kid.
Yeah, a lot of us grew up poor, so we couldn't get it back then, and now we have the disposable income. We're like, I always did want the USS Flag from GI Joe.
Why not? Dude, there is a old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bus that I wanted. Right? It was I've always wanted that, and yeah, I have a son, but I kinda want it for myself, like, I mean, it's cool. I mean, he'll get his toys, but why can't I get mine?
Yeah, I mean, here, this is for you. Don't touch this. This is Daddy's.
No, no, hey, no, you got a whole room full of your toys. Dad's is in the office. Leave dad's alone, okay?
It's
And
like, have you seen? I think it might be Sideshow, one of those collectible places. They made a cool commercial. The dad wakes up. He's got his robe on, and he's come out. He's drinking his coffee, looking out in the backyard, and his son's playing in the sandbox. And he starts to take a drink, and then it dawns on him. He looks out there again, and he looks over at his collectibles cabinet, and it's empty. And his son is out there with all his collectibles.
Oh, man, that would hurt my heart.
It hurt right in the feels, man. Oh,
Yeah. No, a lot of my collectibles are starting to come to the office here because if I leave them at the office over there, I know I'm gonna get home one day and be like, "Look, Spider-Man." I'm like, "Oh, no.
no.
Why did you open the package?" But okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a heartbreaker right there too. Oh, man, but yeah, no, nostalgia has definitely been a key factor in 2020, and I think it's gonna be like that next year because, I mean, there's quite a few projects that are gonna be coming out next year that does reach back to the back in the day and gets a lot of people, I guess, excited to go spend their money and to, be involved with these things that are gonna be happening. I mean, obviously, you got your comic book movies that are gonna be coming out that reflect you know, the old fan in us. But, I don't know, man. I think nostalgia is the way to go. That's the great marketing tool right now.
I don't. I think the MCU only has the Deadpool movie scheduled for next
Mhm.
year, so we might get a little reprieve on the Marvel side.
Yeah,
And DC's still trying to push Aquaman 2 out. People forgetting about that.
I know. And it's did it come out?
They've been showing more trailer. They keep, yeah, they showed the new trailer with 10% less Amber Heard.
They made sure to hey, you know what? We don't need her in this one. Um,
She's
well, yeah,
eventually gonna get completely.
Jason Momoa just hosted SNL. I thought that was like the indication, like, oh, it comes out next week. So yeah, I haven't really kept up with that because it didn't exactly get the best of reviews. A lot of people were saying they just need to it got to the point they said just cancel the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with it because there's so much backlash against Mrs. Heard or Miss Heard.
Yeah.
That and it just like you said, it's been getting bad reviews all the way around. So
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe it's the break we need from the comic book movies because there's just so many other movies that are gonna be coming out that I think, people will I think you gotta give it some time to miss it, and then it'll come back, and then you'll be like, "Okay, cool, I missed it." Deadpool, I believe, won't come out till later on in 2024, so that may be enough time for us to be like, "Okay, cool, we're back." I mean, obviously, there's gonna be quite a bit for us to dissect when that Deadpool movie comes out as far as other aspects of the MCU. So we'll see what happens, man. But I'm excited for it. I mean, it looks good. I mean, and Ryan Reynolds, anything he does, I mean, it's great.
yeah, supposedly it's going to be a lot of Easter eggs and alternate versions of characters. I've even heard Carl Urban is going to play an alternate version of Wolverine. So
Do we
anything
get
goes with a Deadpool movie, especially with Ryan Reynolds in it.
do we get a Danny DeVito Wolverine?
That's like the Nick Cage Superman in Flash.
Yes. Do we get a Danny DeVito Wolverine?
That I would my head would explode.
Internet fans would love that if that came true. I mean, heck, I think Jackie would go watch this Marvel movie because it's got Danny DeVito in it.
And it doesn't have to be a big cameo, just a couple of seconds over his shoulder with you see the blades pop out and him looking over.
I don't even care if he's holding a Jersey Mike sub in the movie. It's
Or a
okay.
boiled egg.
Hey, whatever he does, cool, as long as he's in the movie. Did you have you got a chance, and I know it's been, we haven't talked to each other in about a week and some change. Have you seen the latest Marvel, The Marvels?
No.
No. Okay. I was like, because that ending, of course, obviously does lead to a lot of questions, so I don't wanna
I heard it
spoil it,
was a
man,
good
'cause
movie, but just people aren't watching. People aren't going to theaters.
man, and I think that goes with what you were kinda saying too. I think a lot of people talk about "Oh, it's not great product," but man, you know how expensive it'd be to go into the movies these days?
Stream it, man. Do the
Yeah.
month in the theaters and go straight to streaming.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta figure out something, and it's gotta get one thing I will give to some of the streaming services. So, Peacock, if you didn't see that they had a $1.99 deal that they did, it was $20 for the year, which I think was a good move on them because they got quite a bit of content that's gonna be coming to their streaming platform. If you mean to tell me for $20, which I think I'm something about paying for Netflix now, for $20, I'm gonna be getting Peacock for the entire year. I mean, that's a heck of a deal right there.
Yeah, I mean, if they have the content to keep people around after that year, that's going to be a big plus for them. That's
Yeah.
when we grab a lot of subscribers real quick.
I mean, it's perfect, man, and I think Peacock has quite a few things lined up. I mean, one of the things I did notice, and I just saw the trailer this morning or the preview that they had, Ted. Remember the movie Ted with the little
Yeah,
teddy bear? Yeah, it's got a TV series that comes out in January. They're going back to the '90s to when him and Mark Wahlberg's character were in high school. And it looks pretty funny, man. It's Seth MacFarlane. So, but I mean, this teddy bear in high school? Well, we'll see.
yeah. I mean, it's worked for two movies, so why not?
I mean, and it's Seth MacFarlane, so but I think, Troy, this is a bigger play, man. I think Seth MacFarlane's trying to do something, and I think he's striking a deal with Peacock. I think there's something that we don't know about that you could see more of his content going to the NBC Universal brand in a way from Fox.
Well, I think he's been trying to get the rights back to a lot of his stuff anyway, like the old American, not American Dad, Family Guy, and
Mhm.
all of his other series. He's been what was the new one? The Orville.
I would say the Orville is one
Yeah,
of them.
it's taken a couple of long hiatuses because it jumped from was it Hulu to Sci-Fi, and now it's kind of up in the air again. So maybe he is going to gather all his marbles and go play somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him, especially I think what we're gonna see coming out of this writer strike is and this actor strike as well is which streaming platform is gonna give me the perfect option to really let the content flourish. And if Seth MacFarlane can take a Family Guy, an Orville, this Ted series, and some of his other series that he has. Is he a part of does he have anything to do with American Dad? I believe also
I
he's
think that's his
co-creator
too.
of American Dad. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a service out there that's gonna say, "Hey, bring it on over, man. We'll cut the check."
It's gonna be like the old Netflix. You got an idea? Okay, greenlit.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I got a chance to watch last night the latest Spider-Man on Netflix, Across the
Ooh, Into the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse?
And yeah, is it the Into the Spider-Verse?
One of those.
Yeah,
The
the second
cartoon.
one, the second cartoon. Man, that was an amazing movie.
Good stuff. Left on a cliffhanger too. I did.
I tell you, it was just I mean, I was so like I even had my son watching. He just like I mean, he's a big Spider-Man fan. He really loves Spider-Man. So just to see the different Spider-Mans and the storyline, and especially for those that are fans of the comics of Spider-Man, and to see those different variations and just the different storylines. Oh my gosh, man. Like, can you imagine getting something like that on a live version? I mean, that
Uh,
would be a lot of money, but man, it was so good.
yeah, I mean the whole idea of the Spider Society, where they're all the different versions are working together in that one. I don't want to call it a microcosm, whatever that place is.
Yeah.
It's such a great idea. And I mean, like I said, I kept pausing that, trying to count all the different Spider-Men. It's just you can't.
Yeah, on that one scene where he's trying to get away and you just see all those you really sit there and try to like, okay, there's this one, there's and then the fact that they're throwing the comic book covers when they're introducing them, I thought that was an
Yep.
amazing touch.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was really good, and it's real. I think it's going to introduce that evil version. I mean, it's been out
Mm,
long enough, not a spoiler, of
yeah.
Miles. So it's him being Prowler. I can't wait to see where they go with that.
By the way, you also saw Donald Glover's Prowler make a cameo appearance, which I thought was great. And then also you get I mean it wasn't really a cameo, but more of a scene from the original Spider-Mans, from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. So, I mean, yeah, man. I mean, I like the way that the multiverse is going for them in that sense on Spider-Man. It's really good, and I'm excited that they're really working to get the next movie out. I mean, as soon as possible. I mean, it's probably not gonna happen because of, the writer strike and everything that went on. So early 2025, we'll get that second part to this movie.
Yeah, well, the animators could keep working, so they didn't go on strike. So hopefully they got a little ahead of the game.
But can we agree, man, that this comic book style I guess this artistic style of these movies, I mean, because you saw this, I mean, they did it with the first one, it was really good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had their take on just the animation style. Like, it's really good, man. Like, they have really stepped up their game when it comes to the animation of things.
Yeah, yeah, it's it's something different. It's fresh. You're not used to seeing that. So some people love it, some people hate it, but uh,
Uh,
I think more people like it than not.
so I was in awe, man. I was just sitting there like, no way. I was like, I've been holding off on watching this for a while, and I finally had some time, and I was like, it was well worth it. And I was like, I almost wanted to watch it all over again.
Yeah, it's you could watch that one a couple of times without getting old. Something about that art style, it lends to the action. It actually makes you feel the action more than the flat 2D art.
Man, so I mean, it's Marvel. I mean, we keep just little bits and pieces like that. I mean, and I know this is a Sony project, by the way. This is not with, with the mouse. It's a different one, but still overall it's a pretty good project.
Sony's never going to let go of Spider-Man.
They never are, man. But do you blame him though, man? Because like think about
No,
like, I mean, that's a heck of a franchise to have. And right now they hold the keys to a lot of things that Marvel wants to do, and it's gonna be tough for
Spider-Man's the
them.
flagship for Marvel. He is the main character. And when they had
Yeah.
their fire sale back in the 90s because they were losing money, Sony bought a bunch. I think they've given almost everything back now except for Spider-Man, and they just keep renting him out to MCU.
I mean, but hey, I mean, if you can, it's like, hey, we'll loan you for a bit, but gonna come with
Yeah,
a nice little price tag.
yeah, we want a percentage.
All about the percentages. Have you been watching the Squid Games challenge?
You know what? Today, oh, the new one came out last night, the 29th.
Did it?
Yeah, we started watching it on a whim. Or like, you know what? We'll give it a try because it got horrible reviews.
Yeah.
And then we started watching it. And we watched the first one. I'm like, that wasn't too bad. And then we ended up binging all of them in one night, to like 2 in the morning. And I was like, God,
So
where's the next one? I want to see the marbles.
it was so funny because my brother thought it was the season 2. So he thought
It
it's like,
almost
when did
was.
I mean, and it was just crazy, but like I was like, wow, I did not because at first, okay, when we talked about this a couple of months ago, we're just kind of like, oh, look at they're just trying to do a game. I did not think it was gonna get to it's good.
Yeah. I don't like
Yeah.
reality stuff, but that one got me.
That's right. You are not a reality guy. And
Nope.
next thing you
No, but
know,
that one,
he's gonna be watching Survivor and
nope.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Uh, nope. Nope.
um,
That
and
Squid Games, that the challenge, it captures the suspense and keeping you on the edge of your seat that the movie did. And then you start yelling at the like I couldn't wait for that freaking jock from Clemson to get kicked out. I was like, how does he keep squeaking by? He's such a douche. Get him off of there.
by the way, I think it is so amazing. Okay, could you really participate? Because that's the one thing I keep hearing everybody talk about. Oh, I could do that. Oh, if I could be a could you really?
No, this is like
Right.
Amazing Race. Everybody, my wife is, oh, you should go on Amazing Race. No, no, that's all right.
He's like, yeah, I'm not exactly into to doing that. One thing I need to I'm looking it up right now. So, oh, where did they message us? Apparently somebody from New Mexico is participating in
I know somebody from El Paso
yeah.
in this, 'cause that tall black dude. He's an ex basketball player because he mentioned it, and he lives in El
Oh,
Paso now.
I'm looking
Was
for
it
it
a
right now.
PJ or something? Yeah, he's. I
Yeah.
didn't know there was somebody from New Mexico though.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm pulling up her picture right now. Make sure that
456
I'm
participants. You figure one of them's got to be from New Mexico.
right. So that is the participant
312.
from
Is
New
she
Mexico.
still in it?
I don't know. Well, they sent us this message. I want to say they sent it last week, and they said that she was the only person picked to play Squid Games: The Challenge from New Mexico. And then I look at her bio, and it doesn't say anything. Her bio just says, yeah, it just says. I guess they're updating the bios as they go. It says, Alexis plans on not stressing throughout the competition. If everyone is going to be here, be the hare, then she wants to be the tortoise, is what she says. So I'm assuming that if these characters are eliminated, then their picture would be just like the game, just like the show. It would be, black. So I'm
Yeah, I'm
assuming
not
she's gonna
sure.
be in. So yeah, we have someone from New Mexico. Well, from New Mexico that's playing. So
What part of New Mexico?
they didn't say. They just I mean the story came from them, but they didn't. They just said New Mexico. I guess they didn't want to give way too many
Yeah,
details
it's
in there.
probably someplace up north. It's not like Cloudcroft or something. She's probably from
I was gonna say because
Albuquerque.
if it was over from Las Cruces, I mean this town is pretty small. We'd have been like, hey, did you hear? My cousin
Well,
Alexis is on the show.
that one dude from here was on. Was it The Voice or American Idol or something? I didn't
Yeah.
hear about it until after he got kicked off.
We find out later, like, "Oh, you were on that show? I
Wait,
didn't know
what? Didn't I see you playing at farmers market?
that." Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's only one game that I would wanna play, and I think that would be and just I mean, obviously not with the consequences as the movie, but the platform one where they jump from, one to the
The
each.
glass
They got
bridge?
that bridge, the glass bridge. I would like that, but I wouldn't wanna be first.
Yeah, if you're the
So
last guy, yeah, that's great.
well, no, I mean, I'll be the middle. I mean, but I gotta let a couple people go first, and then I'll like, okay, I'll work my odds there. So give
Well,
myself
it's
a
like when
little bit of
they were doing the cookie thing. All the people in the back were like, "Oh no, man, hold out! Don't take the umbrella." Until they got up front, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna take it. I'll take the umbrella."
yeah. But how many of those players get too into oh, I could have did it because I watched it on the movie, and it's just like, guys, you got to start thinking strategy because you're in it. You're trying to win the 4 point whatever $1 million.
Yeah, and that 10 minutes goes really quick when you're actually sitting there with a needle trying to trace that shape.
Oh man. So it's great, man. I've enjoyed it. But like I said, my brother, he told me, he's like, I thought it was the second season. He's like, at first I was a little upset. He's like, but then we started watching and he got really into it. And I was like, dude, I was like, it's good. I was like, I don't know what the reviews were talking about, but it
Yeah,
was a
because they
good
got
one,
like I
man.
think they got like a 40% on the reviews. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be horrible. But we had
Oh
we
man.
had found the end of Netflix, so we had nothing else to watch.
Yeah, man. No, it's getting there too. And then it's like, give us better content, and then they keep raising the price. But then you throw this Squid Games challenge in. Oh
Yeah, they gave
man.
you just enough to keep you. It's just yeah, this is a lot of crap, but hey, there you go. How about a little piece of this?
Take a little bit, take a little bit, just a little bit. Hey, Netflix, why don't you do what Peacock did? Maybe offer it for 20 bucks for the year.
They already
I'll
cut
buy
down on the sharing, so
yeah, I mean, they did. There's a couple of ones. Disney, I believe, started doing that as well, and, HBO Max, I think, was next to start cutting back on the sharing.
yeah, everybody complained. Oh, nobody's going to subscribe to that now. Yeah, they did because their numbers shot up.
They really did. I was looking right now, there's another one, Paramount Plus, I believe, also has a deal right now that's going on. I think they're doing something similar to
Yeah, they
where
are.
it's for the year, so yeah, and I know because of Tulsa King and Yellowstone, so for those fans of those
As soon as
series that
Tulsa
are
King
just
season 2 comes out, I might think about it. I think I'm
yeah,
done with Yellowstone.
I was getting back into Yellowstone just 'cause, family member of mine kind of just discovered it, and they're like, how'd you stop watching it?" I was like, "Man, it got a little much after a while." Like, "Okay." I was like, "We're doing this
Well,
all
what
over
ruined it
again."
for me was I saw something online where they said that Yellowstone is just a Hallmark romance movie for men, and they did all the comparisons. I was like, "Oh, you just ruined it for me. I can't watch it
Oh my
anymore."
gosh. How many people did you're gonna ruin it for me now, 'cause now I'm not gonna
Yeah,
wanna watch it.
yeah, it was on TikTok. They broke it down and they did all the parallels. I was like, "They're right." God.
Yeah. From the background, the scenery, I mean, everything.
Yep. The
Oh,
big
man.
city girl who comes back to the little town to save her dad's business, and I was just like, "No, stop, stop."
The brother who is just he thinks highly of himself, but
Yeah,
truly has a heart of gold.
the prodigal son, yeah, all that.
Yes.
I'm
And the
like,
family
man,
that he loves.
yeah, yeah. And then you got the lovable cowboy with a bad history.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
just
stop!
described
You're ruining this whole movie for me.
every Christmas movie I'll probably be watching this whole month. My wife loves these Hallmark movies,
Oh,
man. I get home and she loves these Hallmark movies, and I've watched some of them, and I'm like, "Okay." But I think what really got to me is when you start looking at the covers of these movies, and they all look the same. It's the red, green, and the background is red. You're like, they really
yep.
just kinda yeah, it's nothing changes with them. What else we got going on? We talked a little bit about, of course, obviously with the X-Men, not X-Men, Wolverine. I don't know why I said X-Men. Wolverine, gonna be a part of Deadpool 3, and that obviously is the one of the only few things that we can expect from Marvel going into 2024. But one thing we can look forward to next year, and this came out yesterday, is a teaser to Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Yes, we got a teaser of Shadow the Hedgehog. You only see his
Mm.
shoes and his hand. Obviously, they're kind of keeping the mystery of Shadow the Hedgehog. But yeah, it looks like they're back to filming and they're trying to race to theaters pretty soon. So 2024, you'll be getting the third installment of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is Jim Carrey coming back?
They haven't spoke much about it, but I mean, remember he said he was gonna retire after this one.
Yeah, yeah. He said
So,
he was done.
I don't know. I think this could be they're trying to fool us, so we may not see him in any trailers when they come out,
Hmm.
but w he may be in this movie, but, they may be trying to keep that under wraps, and I don't know, he may not be as comical. I don't know, that's just my theory. He may not be as comical as he's been in the previous ones. We may get more of a serious Jim Carrey. Not too serious, but obviously Dr. Robotnik will evolve into more villainous, and we'll see what Shadow brings to the table.
They should just unmask Dr. Robotnik and find out that he's ugly Sonic.
Dude, that ugly Sonic is still out there making money, all right? So, yeah,
He's
y'all
going
gotta
to
figure
cons.
that
I
out.
saw it on Chippendale.
I mean, hey, you definitely gotta make sure that you don't keep ugly Sonic going. Yeah, no, man, I'm excited for that one. Obviously, talk about a movie franchise we did not expect to
I
just
didn't think I was going to like it, but so far both of them have been really good.
they really haven't. I mean, they set the bar for these video game movies. I mean, Mario Brothers had a successful year. You have this one, Barbie, with the toys. I mean, I'm telling you, man, these video game and toys and these older I would say old toys, but these artifacts. I know.
I'm waiting
No,
for a
man.
GI Joe movie.
I mean, we need a good one. We need a solid one, though. We don't need a Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I
Uh,
I blocked those out of my mind.
yeah, I mean, they were yeah, I mean, they're good when they're on TV because you're just
They're
like, "Okay, I'm right
passable,
here."
but
Yeah, nothing.
they're not going to do
Although,
anything for the franchise.
I think they were leaving off on something with GI Joe. If I mean, at this point, if it's a spoiler or not, have y'all seen the latest Transformers movie? They do tease of a GI Joe movie. So we may get like an origin story of how GI Joe began, which I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, if it's well written, that's the problem. These other ones, the story was just kind of, yeah. We have the
Uh,
CGI now. We could do Destro really good, Zartan, all those guys. We have the CGI to make it work.
yeah. One of the things, and I think, coming out of the writer strike is, and especially if there's going to be some big money tossed around, they may think twice as far as to, okay, is the script good enough for us to go into production for this? So if we do, like you said, if it's a good script, then hey, let's put it out there because I love the Transformer movies, but after a while, you're like, okay, how many are we gonna get? Like, and at this point, y'all just throwing it up against the wall and see if it sticks.
Well, I mean, robots and explosions. Michael Bay made a career out of it.
It really did. If anybody thrived off of that, it was Michael Bay.
Yeah, well, we should really do another one.
So, I don't think that explosion was big enough. We can make it a little bit bigger. Oh man. Before we get out of here, what do you guys got going on? I know the holiday season is upon us. What do you guys got going on in Cruces and Alamogordo, so people can go out there and do their holiday shopping with you guys?
Tomorrow we're going to be Santa and Mrs. Claus out at Holloman for their Holloman holidays.
Nice.
Then I think the second or third, I think the third is Alamogordo is doing a Christmas thing. The second is the tree lighting here in Cruces.
Yes.
And then I'm going to put on the Krampus suit for the Krampusfest down in El Paso.
Nice.
Uh, there's probably more stuff, but that's all I can remember off the top of my head.
Is Krampus gonna make an appearance at the tree lighting?
Maybe because I've been told not to wear the Santa suit. So
I know. I remember from last year.
yeah,
So, I mean, hey,
and now it's a tradition. They tick me off. So guess what?
tis the season, everybody.
Yeah, Krampus got more attention than Santa. I think that's what kind of And kids were
Yeah.
not scared at all. They would run up and hug Krampus.
I don't think they know the story, but hey, take a picture.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Guys, if you want to stay up to date, Troy, if they want to stay up to date with you on the socials, how can they follow you?
We're all over interwebs. We got the Insta, the Meta, the we don't have the
No,
X. We got the YouTube and we got the Tiki Taki.
that's right. And of course, myself, Hot 103's Big Show on Facebook, Big Show FM on the Instagram, and Joey on the FM on TikTok. So make sure you guys follow us, keep up to date with us, and yeah, and all that good stuff. Guys, this has been another edition of See a Comic Weekly. We'll see y'all next week.
Later, nerds.